lot of them didn't realize Father's Italian, okay? And I belong to an Italian group that believes this is the greatest country in the world. The greatest country in the world. My father, 2 Bronze Stars, Marine. I would have been a Marine, but he wouldn't let me go in at 17, and then I got in trouble. He probably wished I was a Marine. Most of my family is military, because I believe in the ideals of this country. I have a friend of mine that says just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're not a patriot, okay? I mean, where else can you do some things that are wrong and they don't cut your hand off? They give you a shot, and now we're persecuted. We persecute our prisoners, and we persecute people who make mistakes and do go on the dark side, okay? But that we work those things out. We work those things out. We don't cut people's heads off. We don't tell them you can't say this or believe that. I mean, people got to get it together. And I'm sorry, the peace people, I disagree with the peace people. I totally disagree with them. Right? Gandhi, and that's who they use. You ever watch Gandhi?
Yeah.
Oh, Gandhi, oh, Gandhi. Right? Gandhi said World War II was a just war. He was not. What, Father? Gandhi was a warrior. Gandhi wasn't about peace. He would not come out against World War II, though they tried to make him. Not only that, he allowed many people to be massacred. That's a form of fighting, passive aggressive. He allowed his people to take the sword and embarrass people. That's a form of warfare. He went to war. Okay? He didn't die in that war, but he went to war, and he put many to death by what he wanted to do. So the peace argument, you can take it and put it wherever you need to do. But how could this be the lead story in the paper on Memorial Day? My goodness. As a vet, I'm sickened by the day's disrespect for those who really sacrifice for their country. That is Bear from New London, Connecticut. I think I know. Rhoda Pierce is woefully uninformed about the importance of the Patriot Act. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid, ma'am. That's RD. I can't understand why the responses contain so many comparisons between Nazi Germany and Guantanamo. Nazis arrested, now this is good, Nazis arrested people simply for being, what's that? They just arrested people for ideas, people weren't hurting it. Guantanamo is full of people captured in the act of violence against our forces abroad. Okay? Get it. They were in the midst of war. They're captured war people trying to kill our people. There are many historical similes, but this is a stretch. I would argue current gun control measures, drunken driving, checkpoints would match the Nazi social extremism far better. Liberals should study history far better. I happen to agree with you. You resemble Lindbergh in 1938 better than you resemble John Hancock in 1776. Steve, I love this, Steve Potachnik. Steve Potachnik, Stoningham wrote that. Steve, I love that. You put your name down. I love people who put their name down. But you're right. There is no similarity. And guess what? Do you think the Israelis think there might be Israeli advisors down in Gitmo telling us how to help us with non-violent
people?
Nonviolent gathering of information from people who want to kill us. I don't know. When our government fails to extend habeas workers' rights, basic criminal law protection to more than 200 being held at Gitmo Bay, Cuba, your rights and mine are at stake. You know what? Your rights are at stake if you're causing trouble against the United States. Your rights are at stake, okay, according to the Patriot. Your rights are at stake when you are trying to tear down the already falling fiber of the United States government and its infrastructure. Neighbors believe you to be, if your neighbors believe you to be a terrorist, you can be disappeared. Give me a break. You're watching too many movies. Okay, you two, innocent though you may be, can be sent to Gitmo for mere suspicion that you are a terrorist. Let me tell you something. The reason I don't believe that is because associates of mine were convicted of terrorism back in the 70s, and they were recruited and everything else like that. And I was the head of the major organization. They were a fraction, okay? And I didn't go to jail. None of my people who were doing the right thing. I don't care anybody follows me around. Go tap my phones. I ain't worried about nothing. If you aren't doing anything wrong, you shouldn't be worried about something, especially tearing down the country, okay? 9/11. We forget so easy because maybe you didn't have relatives there. There are a few people who, on 9/11, there are a few who forgive. There are a few who forgive. That sneak attack was just as bad as Pearl Harbor, my friend. They were sleeping on a Sunday. These guys didn't use warplanes. They captured planes with innocent people in them. These sick folks, these weren't poverty folks. What's that, Father? The people who flew the planes, the people who ran into those buildings with those bombs of innocent people and used private planes to attack the financial center of the world and didn't give a crap about anybody, who called themselves warriors, used innocent people to take down those buildings. They weren't warriors. They're a bunch of cowards, educated cowards. Now, the guys at Gitmo that were caught on the battlefield are serious soldiers. They're about killing us. They're about killing us. But they are, I have to say, they are warriors, and they're under a different set of rules and regulation than you are as a citizen of the United States. You've got to know the difference, and you need to get your act together. The peace people need to stop going after our soldiers. You want to change stuff? Get rid of the politicians. Get rid of the politicians. Go out and get everybody petition all around the United States. Get somebody in there who's got flowers and nice things, and is going to open up our thing and say, oh, come on over here and, blow up our buildings. And let us do whatever, because that's what you need to do. I will not go on any further. There is a lot of stuff. I need to tell you, though, before I go, I really love the peace people. They may not think it. And I wish that their way is right. But I don't see it that way. I see the only way we can do is continue to do what we're doing. I'm worried about who is going to be in the White House, because all the other programs don't matter if we don't get a handle on making sure that we don't have terrorism here. All the other nice things that our two Democratic candidates are talking about are not going to happen if we are falling apart and our infrastructure is being torn down. So I happen to like the old guy who's got some military knowledge. His stuff is working, and that's where I am going. Peace to you people, to you peace people. Bless you all. Please say a moment of silence for my friend, Ricky. And we love you, and come and see us next week. See you next Thursday. Take him on the street. We love our guys out there.